Warning! The following video was made using Windows Movie Maker, specifically the one on Windows 10, so the editing will be kinda crap. Hello everyone, my name is Volatile, and welcome to episode 2 of Volatile Ideas, the show where I talk about an idea and try my hardest not to go off topic. Sorry about the lack of an episode last week. Things got kinda crazy with July 1st and Canada Day, with all the family and stuff, and of course, the whole me getting a second-degree sunburn, but that's gone by now, so, you know. Anyways, this week's video will be a response to a popular trend being done by famous Poketubers, that being the My Pokemon Gym video trend started by Mr. Buddy with his If I Was a Gym Leader video made a while ago. For those of you who don't know, the gym leaders are basically the primary bosses of the Pokemon games. They test your skill, your strategy, and your team in ways that are sometimes rather easy, and sometimes are even more frustrating than your younger siblings. To get to these gym leaders, these masters of Pokemon, as it were, you need to go through their gym, which tends to be filled with trainers using Pokemon of the gym leader's type, alongside various puzzles. So, how about we go over what my gym would be like if I were to create one? Firstly, I would be a ground-type gym leader. Now, ground isn't my favorite type, but a lot of my favorite Pokemon, including my first and second favorites, are part ground-type. Not only that, but I feel ground has a large amount of untapped potential when it comes to gym designs, almost as much as, say, the water type. Now, I would be the last gym leader in the league, not due to my desire to be considered the best or the most respected, but instead because of the sheer versatility of the type. Granted, it has many weaknesses, but it also has a decent amount of strengths, most importantly, being its strength against rock, steel, fire, poison, and electric, making it a very useful type in terms of offense. Now moving on to the gym itself. The gym would be a massive gauntlet of trainers and 6 rooms, 5 of which being puzzles, with each of the rooms relating to the theme of the gym itself. What theme would that be, you ask? Well, it would be how ground is synonymous with the earth, and how the earth represents more than just the ground. Yep, that's right, my gym would specialize not just in ground types, but also biomes. Each trainer with 3 Pokemon that all live in the biome that the room they're in is based on, not just limiting the trainers to ground types, however. It will be the most common type in the gym, though. First room would be based off of the forest biome, and would mostly contain Pokemon that live in forests. This would be the easiest of the rooms to get through, since all you'd have to do is get through the forest and the trainers. Beat the 3, and you move on to the next biome. The second room, however, is where things would get tricky. The second room would be based off of the taiga biome. Now, for those of you who haven't played Minecraft, a taiga biome is basically a snowy forest. This is where the puzzles start showing up, alongside the first of the permanently active weather conditions. Yep, each room will have a unique weather condition. After all, the theme of the gym is the different biomes and their uniqueness. And after beating the 3 trainers and solving a brief ice puzzle, we move on to the next room, being the Chaparral biome. The Chaparral biome is known for being rather dry and hot, and is commonly where things like weed or canola are grown. This room would also have a constant, unchangeable, harsh sunlight weather effect. Now, because of that fact, this environment is based on farmland. The puzzle would be based on farming, obviously, and you'd have to harvest 3 keys which are randomly buried in the area. And you'd get tips from whichever patch is the one with the key. But be warned, not all trainers are telling the truth. The next room would be based on the rainforest biome, filled with water and mud and swamps and stuff. Very much like that one route next to Pastoria City in Generation 4, even having an artificial rainfall that can't be changed. It would also have a similar deal with its puzzle, where you'd have to find the 3 keys in the muck and get out of the room fast. The trainers here would obviously have Pokemon native to these areas, Quagsires, Politoads, etc. Once you've conquered this room, however, you'd move on to the next room, the final room before the gym leader. That final room is the desert room. As soon as you enter this room, a kindly man gives you a pair of go goggles and tells you that the only way to get through is to beat the 3 hidden trainers and open the door at the pyramid structure at the back of the room. So, you do just that, each trainer giving you part of a key. After finding your way through the harsh sandstorm and collect the 3 pieces of the key, you enter into the final room, and in that final room you find me. Or at least, you kind of do. The room I would be in would be a quiet area. No trainers, obviously, no puzzles, no weather conditions, just a glass roof, a lightly cloudy sky, and a beautiful grassy hill dotted with dandelions, and underneath the tree on the grassy hill, there would be a man with messy, unkempt blonde hair, with a white patch over his right eye. He would be wearing glasses and a yellow t-shirt, beige cargo shorts, and dark green sandals. The room would have a simulated breeze running through it, and the man would pick a dandelion and turn to the player. He would, I would say this. Welcome. You have fought through my gauntlet of 5 hand-picked biomes and all the trainers under my employ. If it weren't for the League rules, I would grant you the badge just for that. However, that isn't how things work around here. I am Lauren, the ground-type gym leader of this region. Many people mock me for my fascination with ground types over more other debatably useful types, like, say, electric or fire, but I see ground as more than a type. I see it as potential. It's one of the more versatile and dangerous types, in my opinion, and I am going to show you why. Before we begin, I must ask, do you want me to heal your Pokemon? They look rather weak. Then you would choose yes or no. Saying no, you would dive in with your non-healed Pokemon, and say yes, you would have your Pokemon fully restored. And either way, I would say one last thing. Very well. Now then, let me show you the true potential of the ground type. And the battle begins. Now, if I could choose the gym battle theme, it would easily be a remixed version of the gym battle theme from Sinnoh, which is my favorite gym theme and is from my favorite region and generation and game, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is that we've made it to the team. And oh boy, this is where things get interesting. Now, as much as I want to make my team filled with 5 Pokemon, the recent Pokemon games have limited gym leaders to only 3 max. But I personally feel like 3 is a bit too easy. So I am going to go with a limitation, but I'm not going to go with too much of a limitation. Basically, I'm going to compromise and make it so that I have a team of 4 Pokemon, all decently highly leveled. It would completely depend on what point the gym is at in terms of levels, because in some Pokemon games, the final gym leader is incredibly high leveled, like in the high 40s. But in some, they aren't. So, yeah, compromise with 4. The first Pokemon I'd send out would be something less average than normal. I would send out something that would catch the average trainer off guard, something that you wouldn't quite see coming. I would send out a Gliscor. Due to my multiple Pokemon Showdown battles, people always have trouble remembering how the heck to beat this thing, being a flying ground type. Equipped with a Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, and the moves Sword Dance, Earthquake, Facade, and Roost, it would be very powerful and would catch anyone off guard, hopefully getting rid of any major potential threats to my team. Nextly would be an interesting little surprise, as I would send out the Grass Ground monster Torterra. Armed with Wood Hammer, Earthquake, Curse, and finally Stone Edge, this thing would tear through any water types threatening the team, as well as cleaning up any flying types. The next Pokemon I'd send out? Mamoswine. Ready and willing to trample anyone in its path using Ice Shard, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, and Superpower. A sheer powerhouse attempting to get rid of whatever you have left. However, if you manage to get through all three of those Pokemon, the real battle begins when I'd send out my primary. Now, this is where things split into two paths. If Gen 7 brings us Mega Flygon, then that would be my main Pokemon, hands down. But if we don't have, and also if we don't have Megas at all, Flygon would be my main, hands down. You know, armed with Swords Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Stone Edge. But if Megas do exist, and Mega Flygon doesn't exist, then I'd have to go with, well, Garchomp. Mega Garchomp, to be exact. Armed with those exact moves, this Massacre Machine would tear apart whatever hope you have left of successfully passing through the final gym. However, if you do somehow manage to get through, my avatar would simply smile. Well, that was a fantastic battle. You certainly earned this, trainer. And you would be awarded with the Biome Badge, which would look something like, I don't know, a tree where one half of it is covered in snow, and the other half is a sunny day with a bit of clouds. I don't know. Something similar to the badge that Gardenia gives you. Maybe a little different. I would also end up giving you something, a little present. The TM for Earthquake. I would mention that its sheer power makes it one of the most useful moves you could ever hope to have, and to take good care of it, and the TM would take good care of you in return. And he would head back to just relaxing, working at his gym. So that's it. That's what my gym would be like. Leave in the comments or make a video on what your gym would be like, and be sure to send me a link to said video if you do in fact make one, so I can watch it. That's all for today's video, so all that's left to say is goodbye, ladies, gentlemen, and those who can't decide. This has been Volatile, signing out.